Hey you guys, how are you? Casper here again with a Twitter update, and it's been a while, so we will go through the chart on Twitter, and basically I will show you something for 10 minutes, and then I will let you go again. And as always, try out the Substack. Again, this is where we try to maximize what I believe is a fully commodity bull market: uranium, gold, silver, cocoa, um, anything in between oil and gas and all that. I think they are each going to have its moment again, and we are going to be ready to um, to take advantage of that. So you can see here again, gold miners, silver miners from yesterday, big update video, uranium stocks, oil and gas stocks, ETF updates, broad updates, sub request platinum. Again, we turned really bullish on platinum when we roughly broke $1,000 here, and we are up like 30% ever since. Check it out, guys, to see if it is something for you. With that said, charts. Yes. Platinum here and oil overlaying charts can be very telling. Here we have platinum and oil, and it is clear that they are tracking each other very closely. Platinum has absolutely descended. By the way, this was the signal that was given, roughly $1,000. Boom. Massive move there. And oil, you can see how they track each other, right? You can see the same kind of movements. And I firmly believe that we're going to see oil as well, just like we saw on platinum. SILJ here on the 2 hourly Renko. Renko, in my book, is a very powerful tool. I use it somewhat often, and you can see here the 15.2 right there, 15.2 level for the silver juniors is a very important neckline going across here with the left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And the measured move is somewhere up here, meaning when we trigger, we are going to break the 10-year long wedge pattern. Beautiful here. Silver miners, juniors, they will absolutely shine. Next hurdle is 15.2, and then we are on for the races on silver miners. And remember, we have been very bullish on silver miners for the past 1 year, and we still are. This is the Dixie Renko daily, and you can see here the 2011, the yellow uptrend here is getting violated as we speak. Um, right around this level here, I think it's 97.5, is a very important key short-term, mid-term, and long-term level for the dollar. If it loses that, then the dollar can easily puke 10% down to 70. So that is worth noting. And yeah, here we have it actually. So all eyes on the spot here for the dollar. Huge complications is close by, especially to the downside if it breaks. So this is long-term, mid-term, and the short-term, by the way. But the trend lines here, very long-term, mid-term. If we lose here, which we have done, we are peaking below now. This could be the start of a major, major technical breakdown for the dollar. Um, and that is, of course, good for oil. That's good for gold. It's good for basically anything. AAG, aftermath. And this is the kind of setup that I try to show people whenever they come up, right? It was heavily bought here upon the blue resistance at 0.26. So we have the entire position still at 26 cents, and we are now at what? 70, even higher now. So this again, here we have the big yellow wedge here. We are gonna attack that, pull back a little bit most likely, and then boom, off for the races. And this entry here, in my view, could easily be a 10 bagger. And that's the one, that's the low entry high, the low risk, high reward entry that we're looking at over and over again on various stocks within gold, uranium, platinum, you name it. So Dixie here, this one we have talked about. So this is Home Depot. Again, I just found it funny. Typically, it's not a market that I track. But again, this was when I was born, 1986. Trend line for like almost 40 years is getting tested now. Again, you have one here, two, three, We could call this 4. So we could have a major, major, major big technical breakdown in Home Depot here. Let's see how it reacts to it, but that could be a big one. GDX divided by SPX, so gold miners divided by the SP 500, monthly time frame, long-term view. Gold miners are not looking too shabby when measured against the SP 500, because we can see here the 2011 high has been broken on the 4th/5th here. Downtrend broken. Next up, the blue upper parallel here. We will pull back and then we're gonna ship it, and gold miners will outperform the SPX for the next 5 years. Yeah, amazing. SPX divided by the URA. I have to check up on this because this is very interesting. However, here you can clearly see that the SPX has outperformed massively URA. Raging bull market for the SPX, huge bear market by the URA, meaning that from 10 to roughly 300, therefore the SPX over 10 years did 30 times, it outperformed 30 times the URA. And now we have actually come down here, been within a range for like 5 years. And if we break down here below roughly 155, then for sure we're in for a period where we will see the opposite, URA outperforming the SPX. I wouldn't mind that. Gasoline here. This was the whole situation in the Middle East, massive pop, very hard backtest, and I still believe we are here to some degree. So we have broken a 3-year trend line on the 4th. Very hard backtest though. Let's see how it does. Next up is the blue wedge here, which you can see here has this oscillation. We are most likely going to attack that, hopefully pull back, and then we're going to go for gasoline, depending on how we perform here on the backtest. It's not the best to have such a large red candle do the backtest, but a backtest is a backtest nonetheless. USD divided by, USD WTI, so this is oil. Oil is still looking pretty on a very long-term picture, and again, you have a trend line coming down from here, broke out there in 2022, and we have been wedging up ever since. And this wedge here, more often than not, resolves to the upside. And when that happens, we are going to see, again, maybe 3 years from now, $180, $200 oil. Yeah. So over a double in my book is going to come. J Hinster, also a follow-on X in my view here. The CCJ, the Livermore, yes, boom. That is absolutely fantastic. Cameco has been doing so well. Again, it's up. What is it, like 10x? I think it's a 10 bagger in 4 years. The biggest blue chip by far in the uranium space has been doing 10x. Clearly, that one has stolen the entire show. And for reasons, again, it is a big player, therefore the big institutions, the big guys, they can buy into that one if they want to get exposure to uranium. They can't go, into Laramide or, Global Atomic, whatever, the small guys. They can't do that. They have to go into the big guy, and Cameco is beautiful. And number 7 here, yeah, April, the tariff bottom, boom, we're gonna have a big move here in front of us for Cameco. And again, I urge you all to check out the URA divided by the U.UN spot price and check, the 10-year Vikov accumulation that we're in the exciting part of again. Also something that I show on the Substack for people just to give an idea about what is about to come for uranium. Short term here on silver, 15 minutes. Interesting short-term time fraction today here. So we had a false breakdown, a little nervous. Yeah, we had head and shoulders. So that's always, even though it's short term, we still look at that. Breaking down, getting back in, and now we're here somewhere. So again, we did this, right? So we are somewhere here. And often when you have a big breakdown, a false breakdown like this, you often go to the other side of whatever fractal you're looking at, pulling back a bit, and then boom, you're going to go again. So interesting, interesting. Dixie here on the weekly Renko. Again, I love Renko. This is 2008, right? And then we're breaking down here on the 4th. Yikes. The Dixie adjusted for inflation, meaning the dollar is losing a lot of ground to inflation. And I could easily see over the next few years here the dollar lose 30, 40%. And remember, that is, of course, it's bad for the dollar, but it's also very bad for other currencies. The dollar is still, one of the top fiats. Of course it is. But imagine the weak currencies, how they will do during that period. That's so much inflation of the worst kind that you can possibly imagine. It's going to be rough for everyone when we experience this second or third, depending on how you count, wave of inflation. I will say it is the second though. But U.UN here, Renko, 1 day. The Renko chart of the U.UN clearly shows how strong the long-term chart is. We have just broken the 2024 bull flag and is now poised for higher prices. This will result in a lot higher uranium spot. Cup and handle, textbook handle here with 1, 2, 3 impulses to the downside, testing the zone here, breaking out. And again, if I fully expect this cup and handle to play out, so we're gonna hit here, pull back, and then we're gonna blast from 5 to there. So you're talking 6x. This could easily go into the hundreds if my math serves me well. So truly the spot price of uranium, and we have a period where the miners will outperform the spot price. If that Vyckoff is true, which it still is to the T to the day, uranium is going to be fantastic. Gold and silver miners as well. It's going to do really well. Speaking of URA 3-monthly time frame, this is the textbook example found on YouTube. And this is the URA divided by the U.UN. So you have miners compared to metal. And you can see here, textbook. Again, go and find the post here, but it's so damn, on point. And this here is the spring, the test we have there. And now we're going to rally all the way up here, coil, boom, and go higher. So we will be in for a period where miners, even though we're here, but especially from the breakout point, will do 3x the spot price while the spot price is rising. Very exciting times. And this is my philosophy until disproven. To this day, it is dead on. So very excited for that. Again, try and join the SOXX if you want to, again, get the insight to this stuff here before it happens. And this is a chart that I've been watching for maybe like a year and a half when I first found the setup, and it has been dead on ever since. And this is also what kept us sane during the 2024 bear market for sure in uranium. We could still see this one play out, and now we're getting the reward of the upside here and the final fun part. So last one here, no lines, but URA quarterly candle. We have 2 trading days, 2.5 more trading days for this candle. And then we will close here. And just look at the candle compared to the last 4 years. Basically looking back 15 years, you can't find a candle that is this bullish or this, with such a big body here, especially green, engulfing 4 years of range. Come on, guys, it's looking beautiful for a hated sector, but again, it has outperformed the Nasdaq over the since the 2020 lows. So I don't know. You tell me. Have a great day, guys. And yeah, it's been a pleasure as always. Cheers and bye.